Automation to Fight Piracy, the Italian Experience by Livio Morina, VP of Peering DB and CEO of Airbim.
Perfect. Thank you. Good morning to all. Yes, you are here, a lot of people here. But I didn't see you this morning for the 6-kilometer running around the city. So next time, sync your agenda and be there. I'm here now to tell you something more about what happened and is happening also in Italy. And I am in the board of the Italian ISP Association, and I work mainly on the association is working mainly on the policy side with the government. And we tried to fight against this thing, but nothing was accepted by us. And now we are facing to a big trouble that every day is increasing the problems for the ISPs. Someone presented something similar during RIPE meetings and so on, but it was a presentation like, yes, I saw on the newspaper, I saw the web chats or the Telegram chats. This is a different point of view because I'm an operator, so I can see inside the box, and I built something that is the service requirement required by the government. So it will be not, I heard that, but this is what we did in our company. I'm the legal representative of the Italian ISP, of my Italian ISP, that is Airbim. So the neck on the line is mine, and if we are not compliant with the law, it will be a problem, a personal problem for me. What happened? You know that no one is moving one single finger, but for the important things. So we have the soccer in Italy, so that is the important thing. And the soccer, the Serie A league said, oh, we are not earning enough money from the TV streaming, and we have a lot of piracy, illegal streaming that are drawing money from our pockets. So, but government, you have to follow us and let us go ahead and protect our interests, because every year the piracy is bringing back from our pockets 1.7 billion in revenues. We have 315 million estimated act of piracy involved by the population in Italy. And the impact on the GDP is around 700 millions. So it is important also for the government to fight the piracy. And let's also say that we cannot give jobs to our citizens because of the piracy. So around 10,000 people are not able to work. So it is a very strong topic, and we have to act. And so yes, but how the government can help you? No problem. Serie A already created the software, and this software will be gifted to you, the government. It is already. It is a very easy censorship system, and the contents will be blocked in 30 minutes. Oh, very cool, very cool. Because you cannot follow the court, the judge, and so on, and block a content after 1 week. The content is broadcasted now, so we need this fast blocking system, and with this system, every content will be blocked immediately. Who is in charge of this block? The operator. So not the data center that is sending or the stream. The operator has to block the content. Okay, let's do that. Government, this is the platform. It is donated by the Serie A. You have to run it. Okay, the government is running this platform, the general platform, and the operation are paid with public money to a private company. And so now there is a problem on this, but it is a fight that we need to win. So we go ahead and no problems. May 2023, the authority previewed the platform to us and say, okay, this is the platform, we will do in this way, and the right holders will push the blocks in a very detailed way that we'll share with you. So there will be a process step by step that you have to understand and build your system on this process. At some point, the parliament said, okay, yes, the soccer is important. So 100% of the votes of the parliament in Italy say, yes, we have to kill the piracy. And so let's go ahead with this project. Last January, so we started with the technical things. So you get credited, you got all the previous information, and we went ahead with this process. But at some point, the platform started. It was February last year. And when we started, we were around 100 operators registered on the platform. I think in Italy we have 1,500 operators. But yes, they were harassing us about, yes, you registered, you are in the Italian association, so you have to be compliant. Someone was staying in the corner, say nothing is happening, so it is a bit the Italian way to do things. So the basics of the platform. The right holders that are private entities, so it is not a court, it is a private entity, defines what to block. And these owners of the rights are pushing some string, some tickets with the contents that need to be blocked. So they can push IPv4/32, they can push FQDN, and also IPv6 128. But these are the three objects that can be blacklisted by the platform. And the operators must run a continuous pull system to see, to check every minute, some minutes, because you have to enforce within 30 minutes. So you need to think, how long does it take to run a pull, check what happens, define, run, and all the things. So the operators decided by themselves how to run the pull. But after the pull, we apply the orders, and the operators must confirm that the order has been executed. So this is the process. Very smooth, very easy. But please note that an IP address must be used exclusively for piracy in order to be blocked. So if you are hosting a blog of a Lombardy cuisine on the same IP where you are streaming the piracy, you can just put your recipe and say, yeah, yes, we have pizzoccheri, we have polenta, we have costoletta, and trippa, panettone. And so that IP and the FQDN cannot be blocked in this case. But this was the first release. Then say that probably it is not working well and we have to change. But technically, what we did. On one side, there is the government, the regulation AGCOM. And on the other side, my operator, but it is similar for all the operators. This is how we did it. So there could be different way to do, and we did it in this way. So the government decided to put all the platform on Azure, and I think it is in Paris area. I don't know why they decided to put outside Italy the system, but yes, it was a bit the latency, a lot of things, but someone decided, and I don't want to know how and why. So we created, the first thing is create a VPN with the system. So after the VPN, we set up an Alma Linux that is our brain. So we had the cron, we had the PHP script that we developed because no one provided us the scripts or other things, only the rules. Then each operator was free to implement the system as he wanted. So we created an VIOS to create a BGP session that is creating the black holing. So we connected it with our Juniper MX. And so we have this peering session that is pushing to our backbone some /32 that are black holed in our whole network. Also the IPv6, but we will talk about IPv6 at the end. And we need also to block the FQDN. So we created another, also on Alma Linux, we created another list to that is pushed to our bind system, and it is not our customer that are using our DNSs are not able to open those websites. Let's go ahead. 30 minutes to confirm. So at the beginning, we decided to do a call every 10 minutes, more or less. But what happened? That hundreds of operators were doing the same. So the system was not working. We got a lot of fails, and the risk was that we were not able to respect the 30 minutes. So we had to reduce the time. We had to work on a lot of different optimizations. So we added a randomized delay. We started to do the get every 1 minute, and the system on the other side died. So a lot of times the Azure system was not able to support all the requests from the operators. Too many errors, the get fails, and run it again. So the system was hammered and hammered more and more. It's a mess, so we decided to reduce to 2 minutes, but it was not working. This was my Telegram chat that I get, and I am watching at this. It was 1 year that 6 months that I didn't see errors, and yesterday morning they restarted. So I said no, once again in this loop. But it was important. So I got notification personally for this thing because I remember that the neck is mine, and I want to be sure that I don't go to jail soon. And this is the situation. Let me check also you can see at the beginning of 2024, we got around 10,000 FQDN and 3,000 IPv4 banned. Today, we are around 21,000 FQDN and 10,000 IPv4. What does it mean? It means that if you are here in Vilnius and you are a hosting provider, probably you don't know that in Italy, one of your IPs is blackholed by all the operators. Yes, you could have some way with RIP Atlas and so on to understand if they are working or not. But when the government enforced this system, the first thing that the operator did was remove the RIP Atlas, because with the RIP Atlas it was easy to understand if an operator was compliant or not. So we got a hole with the RIP Atlas system, and so not so easy to understand what is happening. Just to show you some progression of the FQDN, this is the timeline, because at some point they said, oh, we are reaching the limit. We cannot keep an IPv4 or FQDN blacklisted forever. So we need to remove we need to clean the list. So at some point they started to clean the list. This is the progression of IPv4. And what else? And some statistic about the FQDN. These are based on the domain. So the domains, the main one is the XYZ and so on and so on. These are the IPv4 blocked by RIR. So they are mainly from RIP NCC, but they are widely distributed. And these are also the statistics of the IPv4 by country. So the IPs are mainly registered in the Hong Kong, US, and so on. This is just a registration. Then you know how internet works. So this is just some statistics to show you something from the inside. Yes, you can share the picture, Dimitri, no problem. When I presented at GPF, I said no live stream, no, because it was a bad moment. But now the government doesn't care anymore about this thing, so you can share them. Yes, still here. Some statistic about the domain. Probably you can also spot, say, oh, that's my IPs are starting in that way. Yes, but probably you have blocked IPs, and the system to check the IPs, if it is blocked or not, is very complicated, and you have to check IP by IP to understand. And if you have a /16, it is not so easy. But as I told you, behind an IP, there could be a lot of websites. If they are blocking one website, and when the website has an IP, Yes, probably also other websites are sharing that IP. So what happened that we checked some statistic about the blocked IPv4 now, and the first IP has 260 domains behind that. It has been blocked for one domain, and 259 more websites are not answering anymore to the Italian market. So it is not so smooth. It is a bit dangerous. You can understand the implications, so I don't want to tell you what is happening. I think that you get it. These are the statistics of blocked IPs by AES number. So you can see who is the top one. OVH has a lot of IPs black hole. Mainly, the first idea was block them forever. But you know, you have a hosted VPS or also a dedicated server, and your IP of your streaming platform, illegal streaming platform, has been blocked. How many seconds do you need to change the IP? Some seconds. Yes, but the IP from the infrastructure, so OVH or any other operator, is blocked for months at least. So it is very dangerous and useless, but the platform works. The government said that the platform works, so at some point this is what is happening. One day, the platform was not working, error and so on. Someone leaked the code. So they shared the code on GitHub. It is not there anymore, on this fuck Piracy Shield website. And leaking this code, let me see if I have here. No, I don't have it here, so I tell you. They discovered that in the code, there was something like, if the owner of the rights is pushing something with asterisk, Google, asterisk, please don't forward it. So there was a protection to avoid to block Google. And if you are a pirate and you want to create the FQDN, you can say fuck Google, and it cannot be blocked. So it was a way to fix the situation from the wrong side. And yes, a lot of things arise from there, but it has been, we never knew who was the one that leaked the code, but oh, it happened, and let's go ahead. But at some point, shit happens, and Piracy Shield on March 2024, so after 1 month, blocked an IP that was owned by Cloudflare. Cloudflare was hiding behind that IP around 10,000 websites. And yes, it blocked, you know, Cloudflare is working with round robin with 2 IPs. So sometimes you do refresh, this website was working, refresh once again, the website was not working anymore. But for 10,000 websites, mainly from Italy, it was a big mess. So it happened, but yes, you know, when you are fighting, there could be some side effect, and this has been accepted. Agicom, that is the authority, the first answer was, that's not true. Okay, it is not true, but at some point, the professors, academic from Polytechnic of Milan say, you know, it happened, we have all the data and so on. And say, yes, but it was just 1 IP, so come on, 1 month, 1 IP, what could, it is not a problem. Some month in October, some owner decided to say, oh, they are sharing the contents and also the website where the contents are hosted through Google Drive. Let's blacklist Google Drive. So in Italy, for 1 day, Google Drive disappeared. So Office blocked, and so yeah, Drive.user. Fortunately, it was Saturday, but you know, you work 7 days a week, and if you were based on Google Drive, sorry, that day was not your day anymore. Let's say we're talking about DNS. If you set a different DNS, this system disappears, but that's another topic. This is the website to check if your IP or your FQDN is banned or not. So one by one, you can check what you want. And as I told you, if you have a slash something, you need an intern for days to check all the IPs. And when he finishes, you have to restart because the Piracy Shield is working 24 hours a day, always, always, and always. So you cannot have a list and you cannot easily understand what is happening to your network. Yes, at some point, what happened? Agicom said, okay, yes, we know that we had some problem, but this is a war. So if it is a war against organized crime, yes, you know, in the war, we cannot avoid incidents and side effects. So we have to be ready to these things. And this green, now I translate this green line. Are you able to read the Italian? Okay. Just like Firestarter might do nearby buildings to contain a fire, this system affects also collateral content. It looks like Netanyahu sentence, but I don't want to enter the politics now. But yes, but to fix a problem, you create bigger problems. Not the Italian way, okay. At some point, Cloudflare didn't want to block things, and they took Cloudflare to a court and say, hey, you have to be compliant. But the judge said, "No, the law is not mandatory for us, so we can go ahead. No problem. We will change the law." So they created a new law in Italy. So now VPN and public DNS provider are required to comply with Piracy Shield. So if you are Google, if you are also Google today has to be compliant. So 888 has to be compliant with the Piracy Shield in Italy. Google is able to manage it, but it is not so smooth. You know, internet is not easy to define a border from here to there. After the first year, they also decided to remove the limit because it was boring. You reach the limit, you have to clean up. No, let's remove the limit and let's go ahead. The requirement of the Lombardy cuisine is not a requirement anymore because now the word exclusively has been replaced with predominantly. That is not defined. It is predominantly is, what is it? Because one website on 200 is predominantly or not? Probably yes, probably not. But you know, when you put the right word in the law, then you can do anything and no one can say that you're wrong. This other thing is that ISP may face up to 1 year of imprisonment, if they know suspects or have reasonable grounds to suspect that criminality-relevant conduct is taking place and fail to report it. So if my technicians are going to the home of a customer and they see a set-top box with an Ethernet cable, with no brand, with no Sky, with no... I should report to the police that my guy saw that there is something that probably could be, it didn't make sense, but this was the law. They put this in the law. But at some point say, yes, but it is not so mandatory, but it is mandatory or not so mandatory, because always my has on the table. Cloudflare won. As I told you, VPN and DNS providers are subject to the Piracy Shield. But during the summer, last summer, Cloudflare won. So at some point, Studio Previty is one of the most famous legal studio in Italy. That is also Studio Previty SP. The platform that Serie A donated to the government was developed by SP Tech, that is Studio Previty Tech. So now we have a short circuit so what happened? Studio Previty is defending the government and Lega Serie A and is getting money from the government to run the platform, and no one ever asked these things to the government. But this is what is happening. It is not clear. Probably it is too clear. And so we are just accepting it. So these are the news from the court in Milan. Prohibited the DNS resolution of domain names and the routing of network traffic to IP addresses flagged by LNPA and already blocked by AGCOM through the platform. So also Cloudflare has to be compliant to these things, and mandate to disclose of data and information of the identity of the customer using its CDN, DNSs, reverse proxies, and so on and so on. A lot of things. It's very, very difficult for Cloudflare. They never did it. They found a different way to be compliant with the government. They sat at the table and say, tell me what you want, and let's try to reduce these requirements. And this is a news about Piracy Shield. Piracy Shield is perfect. It works perfectly, and so this is the solution of all the problems, not only of the Syria or Syria piracy. But now, Piracy Shield could work also with different contents, because also the TV series, movies, why not also music? The system is there, why don't we have to use it for other things? So now it was the beginning of February of this year. Now they effectively implemented also other contents. So we are receiving a lot of tickets we don't know exactly what is the content of the tickets, but we are blocking a lot of different things. So we have a lot of new members that are pushing every day new tickets. But the system worked, and our commissar told, yes, the system is perfect. Piracy has been destroyed with the system. But I bought on AliExpress one USB stick that was sold as a piracy system. And I asked for the shipment to the government headquarters in Rome. They shipped it, and it was working. Yes, but if the Piracy Shield is working and the Chinese USB stick is working, probably the system is not working. But he didn't understand it, and we went ahead. Today, the problem is that the European Union said, hey, I think there is something that is not working. Italy, what are you doing there? Because the Piracy Shield could be not compliant with the Digital Services Act. So also open internet rules, but this is okay for us is something that we know. And so now the government has to answer to the European Union about what we are doing, how we are doing that. And let's say that I hope that soon the European Union will say, stop it, because today, yesterday, someone from Greece told me, yes, in Greece we are developing something similar. Yes, I know, because you asked us. In Spain, they did it. I presented this stuff in Denver, Colorado, at the Global Pigging Forum. Guys from Argentina told me, yes, we are very close to Italy. We are implementing also in Argentina. I think that the EU will not be able to block in Argentina, but I hope that at least in Europe, we will be able to do something better. So the European Commission entered, and the DSA, yes, already. Current situation is that we are assessing if the Piracy Shield is compliant or not. I think I'm reaching the end. I don't know how many slides, but I have 2 minutes. Oh yes, some recap at the end. The first Piracy Shield was limited to ISPs. Today, additionally, entities are required to comply, public DNSs, VPN providers, CDN. So if you have servers, if you have CDN, if you're running something in Italy, now you are compared like an ISP, so you have to pay taxes and authorizations like the ISPs, and also be compliant with this thing. Now, they also, last week, 10 days ago, they added more movie and TV series, music, and probably they will add also gambling and all the other things, because the system is there. So if you have a CDN with infrastructure in Italy, cache, server, anything, the national authority requires that you are compliant and you register to electronic communication code, as the electronic communication code is stating, so you register to the operators list. So at this point, all CDN with infrastructure, we said that has to be compliant, but the point that once you get the authorization, you pay the administrative fees and so on, but you have to implement all this platform that for an ISP could be easy. I think that for the CDNs is a bit more complicated. Also, if you don't want to black hole something outside Italy, yes, that could be an issue. The system poses a serious threat to internet freedom, for sure. And it has been proved proved ineffective with the USB stick bought on Alibaba, AliExpress. The TV right holders have not reported any increase in subscription because all those billion, nothing came. So at the moment, this system didn't fix the original problem that was about the money, because the problem is always the money. It imposes a significant operational burden on ISPs, and statistics show that IPv6 is immune to piracy because they never block one single IPv6. So I think that if the government will get this idea that IPv6 is immune to piracy, it could become mandatory. So the government could say, from tomorrow, all the ISPs, all the customer has to be IPv6 only. And could be useful, but I think that it could be very dangerous for us. Questions?
Thank you, Mr. Livio, for your energy and sharing the experience.